Hi boys and girls. Today in math we're on page 430 and 431. Tessellations. There's no worksheet paper today. M.C. Escher, a Dutch artist, created many works of art by combining figures in a special way. When plane figures combine to recover a surface without overlapping or leaving any space between them, those figures tessellate. I think I'm pronouncing that right. I hope I am. So when a figure tessellates, let's read that again. When plane figures combine to cover a surface without overlapping, see, these do not overlap, and there's no space between them, those figures tessellate. The repeating pattern formed by the figures is called a tessellation. These figures tessellate. So we have the square here. They don't overlap, and there's no spaces between. So this is a tessellation. This figure, they don't overlap, and there's no space. Same with this. They don't overlap, and there's no space in between. So they're called tessellations. These figures do not tessellate. See how these circles, they don't really overlap, but they have that space between, that white space, so they do not tessellate. Just like this. Again, they don't really overlap, but they have a space in between. Describe the figure in the art by M.C. Escher. Does the figure tessellate? How do you know? So this painting over here, I would say, does the figure tessellate? I would say yes. And how do I know that? Because there is no space between the figures. Okay? All right, let's look at this page. Tell if each figure will tessellate. Write yes or no. So if you had a bunch of these ovals together, would they tessellate? No, they would not. What about this? Would this figure tessellate? Yes, it would. Remember, tessellate figures look like this. There's no space. So if you put a bunch of these together, there shouldn't be a space between them. They should touch without overlapping. This one, yes. And this one should be no. Tell if each figure will tessellate. Write yes or no. The triangle, yes. Yes. Is that a hexagon, I think? This one is a no and a no. Okay? So, yes, yes, no, no. Trace and cut out each figure. Use each figure to make a tessellation. You may color your design. Well, we're not going to cut these out, of course. But, so there's really nothing there more you can do. Is this a tessellation? Why or why not? No, it is not a tessellation because look at the space between here and here. Okay? There is space between the figures. Explain how you know that this figure will not tessellate. Well, if you place two or more side by side, there's going to be gaps between them. Okay? So that's how we know that. Okay, so what I want you to do for your homework, since there's no workbook or worksheet, I want you to draw a tessellation, okay? Think of a figure that would not have any gaps, no spaces in between, and they would not overlap. They would look like this, something like this. They would be together like that, okay? just on a piece of notebook paper and tear it out, and you can put it in your packet for me, please. Let me know if you have questions. Bye.